Dubai, and we're straight into our professional contests, this one in the heavyweight division. First to the cage is Cyril. He has a record of 2-0 and he is representing the Bushido Academy in France. Now, rumour has it, Josh, he's been helping the training camps of some pretty significant fighters.
Yeah, that's right, John. I mean, both those wins for Cyril coming back in 2009 and 2010 by armbar from the mount. Since then, he's taken a bit of time off to focus on training. He's been traveling around the United States, trained at AKA along with Cain Velasquez, Imperial Athletic with Bigfoot Silver, and he even spent 3 months at the Hit Squad last year in October, November and December. So let's see if he can put all of that extensive international training to use here.
Absolutely. He has a 2-0 record, so looking to keep it perfect as he steps across to Dubai to show us exactly what he's made of.
And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner, making its way to the cage from London, England, here is Adam Brearley.
And his opponent is someone that we have seen before, Adam the Juggernaut Brearley. He has a record of 1-0 professionally. He is 32 years of age and he is from Doncaster, representing the MMA clinic in London, however. Now, the Juggernaut is looking to change the perception of heavyweight fighters by bringing high levels of energy, movement and exciting. And Brearley has the background to do this. A Leeds Academy footballer, professional rugby league player, and now obviously mixed martial artist. He has conditioned his huge physique over the years to enable him to fight at a high pace. He's worked all the basics equally with accomplished coaches at the MMA clinic and even managed to get some mat time with Mark Fiore and Bobby Brents last month.
Yeah, I called the pro debut of Adam Brearley and really there wasn't too much to tell. He came out and just absolutely set down a marker to other heavyweights on the domestic scene. Threw a couple of exceptionally good punches, put Tommy Rasmussen down very, very quickly.
15 seconds.
Yeah, he's got a habit of doing that to all of his opponents. Let's see if he can do it to Cyril again here tonight.
Well, he's on our MMA Junkie prep points at the moment, just before he enters the cage. Also worth remembering and recognising he's a member of the Twitterati and bashes his favourite commentators that we know well. But looking with a steely gaze into the camera is the big man, Adam the Juggernaut Brearley.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 3 5-minute round heavyweight bout. And we introduce you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet 2 inches tall. Official weight, 249 3/4 pounds. As a professional, he enters the cage perfect. 2 victories and 2 tries with no defeats. He fights out of Avignon, France. Here is the undefeated Cyril Asar. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in officially 243 1/2 pounds and also brings a perfect record into the cage. 1 victory with no defeats. Fighting out of London, England, United Kingdom, he is the undefeated Juggernaut, Adam Brearley. Referee in charge of the action, Neil Hall.
So some showmanship there from Brearley. Third man in the cage is Neil Hall. This one's scheduled for 3. Brearley in the white, Asar in the black trunks.
Oh, that early jab immediately finding the mark.
Yeah, straight down the pipe was the Juggernaut. And now he's forcing Asar up against the fence.
Yeah, good over-under here. Brearley got excellent head position. Just forcing Asar back towards the cage. Good control.
Yes, wrestling is a key part of the training that's given to the fighters of the MMA clinic. Paul Hines, the head coach there.
Asar tried to change level. Brearley just stopped him in his tracks with 2 overhooks.
Moving back to the centre of the cage is Brearley. I believe he's going to try and use movement to good effect this evening.
He does have an extensive amateur boxing background as Adam Brearley, and he's put it to great use in every single one of his fights so far.
Yeah, putting together good 1-2 combinations to close the distance.
Yeah, that jab is really finding the mark for him now. Asar forced to close the distance.
Asar, a veteran of pancration. Really using good head control to keep his opponent pinned up against the cage.
Oh,
and a low blow there, as we heard Asar yelp.
Yeah, wasn't intentional by any means. Asar's going to get...
And when you get a knee off of these big guys, Josh, that's really going to reverberate through your body.
Yeah, Adam Brearley just showing that if he chooses to control that space in the clinch, he can decide when he wants to strike, when he wants to break. It was good control from the MMA Clinic man there.
I've commentated a lot of the fights now from the MMA Clinic guys, and they use the striking to close the distance, get in close, then use wrestling up against the fence, drag it down for ground and pound. And that is a common theme through a lot of the MMA fighters, especially the ones that are just coming up and kind of trying to define their style. And there we see the knee that hit the wrong home. But it looks like Asar is good to continue. And he's been buoyed by his corner at the moment. As we re-engage in this first round here in Dubai at the World Trade Center.
Big overhand right. Adam Brearley swarming forward.
And just passing his body through the guard of Asar, looking to rain down some hammer fists.
Asar's really going to have to put all his legs to use to control Adam Brearley here, but choosing to stand back up to his feet.
Well, he did very well, Josh. I mean, look at the size of Brearley. He's so physically powerful. Not the heavier man this evening, however.
Oh, Adam Brearley in with a guillotine attempt to counter that single leg from Cyril Asar.
And he's got his hips forward nicely.
Yeah, looking to get some extension. Asar's saying he's okay, though.
But Brearley able to really push his weight down now.
Brearley took a moment and thought about the knee. Asar realizing it and just putting one hand to the mat.
That 3 points of contact key for the Frenchman.
Yeah, the Frenchman trying the Haragoshi there, not really with too much control of the upper body.
Good pummeling technique from Adam Brearley to get a good 50-50. Overarm control as well. And again, quite good use of the head, Josh, by the MMA Clinic fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam Brearley doing a good job of getting under the chin, trying to off-balance Cyril Asar. Plum clinch and knees, though, as he found some life here as we move towards the end of the first round. Ooh,
some of
inside shots from Cyril Asar.
Yeah, some very good dirty boxing coming from Cyril Asar, and it's really got the crowd.
Oh, going. Adam Brearley with a big overhand right of his own.
Really cocking that hand back, and he's getting through with a couple of those. But keep coming forward, does Mr. Asar.
Now, these are two tough men because they're both landing shots right on the button, and the power these guys can generate.
Well, I think that it's very clear that both of these guys are durable. It's going to take a lot to stop them, certainly early on in this contest. Not enough action there for the referee, who separates the fighters, brings them back to the middle of the cage. And some big looping shots from Asar, but he seems to have better success in the closer ranges.
Yeah, landing that left hook as well. Really just going back to what's worked well for him so far. Control up against the cage. The plum clinch from Cyril Asar, and the knees up the middle. Landing clean.
A good 3 unanswered knees right on the chin. And he's bloodied.
Oh, wow, these guys are swinging.
And Brearley's legs are looking a little wobbly. And a lot of these are getting through. And Brearley is out on his feet. Cyril Asar is victorious here at Fight Night 4.
Wow, Neil Hall calling a standing stoppage to Adam Brearley. Cyril Asar looked like he might be in trouble at the start of this fight, but as soon as he started to get the upper hand, he really lunged on him.
A very good pace to this opening fight for us. And a win there for Cyril Asar by knockout. While the fighters are tended to, we're just going to take a look at the replays, and this was the barrage that ended it. Cyril Asar standing right in front of Brearley, unleashing a good 10 or so unanswered shots, and that was enough for Neil Hall, and no real argument from the MMA Clinic fighter. I think it was the knees that really did the significant damage, but finished off very nicely with the shots. And we can see that Asar's really getting his hip into those, really torquing his body, so a lot of power going through from the bigger, heavier man. And we're just about set to make this one official. I'm going to hand this over to Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the income 4 minutes, 30 seconds, round number 1. Referee Neil Hall calls a halt to the bout. Your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Cyril Asar.